Let's get started. Let's start from the scratch. Let's understand what is Azure and why we need to go for Azure. What is data engineering? What we do at our job desk and the course curriculum. Day-wise plan for first 15 minutes. Then we'll go for questions, answers, Q&A, followed by our lab configurations, relevant installations. We'll do it today so that from tomorrow we'll start our actual practice. Let's make sure we are attentive. Number one. Number two, write your observation notes. If possible, only keywords, handwritten notes, keywords, if possible. Let's get started. This is Sai Panindra from SQL School. I assure you complete practical classes from scratch, and there will be interested, interactive learners in our classes. I'm sure about it. Let's get started now. Let's understand what is engineering and why we need to go for it. The Azure data engineering activities, the hot selling cake in the market for big data and cloud computing technologies. Yes, from tomorrow, we are going to step into cloud computing. From tomorrow, practically. We need to start from the very scratch, very basics. So need your support. Things are very interesting, bit vast, detailed, everyday assignment, everyday examples in the class, everyday assignment after the class on email. Need your support. Agenda for today's class, we are going to start from the scratch. What is database? We are going to learn what is warehouse. ETL, what is ETL? Extract, transform, load. Then we are going to slowly understand what is engineering. What exactly we are going to learn, the menu items we are going to learn in our course, and the recipes from the menu items, the prerequisites to get the actual menu items, the components. Let's get started slowly. What is what from scratch? We'll go for questions in 10 minutes. Let's get started. What is database? A database is a platform. Database is a platform to store any type of data, any amount of data. Okay, here it is. Any type of data, any amount of data, fully secured. Okay, here we go. There are two types of databases. OLTP, online transaction processing database, to store live real-time data. Like for example, live temperatures, one of our class examples, live temperature data. Live stock market activities. Anything live, we have something called OLTP. What is that? Let's see practically. In our upcoming examples, we have the concepts pertaining to something called stream analytics jobs and IoT, Internet of Things. There we are going to capture live data, live real-time data. That is called OLTP data, like live temperature data. Another one, data warehouse, to store old historical data, to store aggregated data. What is it? Old historical data, aggregated data. For example, you would like to perform some big data loads and get aggregated data into a Spark database, a warehouse. Or you would like to get the data from something else like a cloud storage. Or you would like to get the data from various data sources into something called Databricks store. We call it as aggregated data. It's mainly the property of warehouse. Very simple and straight, but we need to think practically. Live data, OLTP. Okay, any kind of transformed data, any kind of aggregated data. We have data warehouse. We need to balance both very carefully here. Mostly we need to work on warehouse data. At the same time, we should know how to read, how to optimize, how to fine tune OLTP data also. Today's live data will be tomorrow's history. That is our course. So as a data engineer, we are responsible for extracting data from various OLTP databases and non-database unstructured, semi-structured data using ETL technologies. Extract, transform, load. Using ETL technologies, we are supposed to load the data into warehouse. So warehouse is our godown, the storeroom. Next, as a data engineer, we need to implement two types of ETL: open source ETL, Microsoft ETL. Open source warehouse, Microsoft warehouse, both. So total 4 different combinations we need to implement. Open source ETL, Databricks; Microsoft ETL, Data Factory; open source warehouse, Spark; Microsoft warehouse, Synapse. All these 4 components to ETL to warehouse. All these 4 components are the best friends. And we need to learn their friendship carefully with meaningful examples and end-to-end implementations. Here it is, friends, to make it more clear for us. Azure Data Factory, Microsoft ETL; Azure Databricks, open source ETL; and we have something called data lake, a storage, a common friend between ETL components and data warehouse components. Something called IoT for live OLTP data, and data warehouse, either Synapse or it can be Spark. Either Synapse or Spark. From here comes Power BI and other analytic activities. I repeat again, friends, what we need to learn? From tomorrow, we need to learn ETL, 2 variants; data warehouse, 2 variants. From there comes Power BI and other reporting elements. So in our classes, we have ETL technologies, storage technologies, data warehouse technologies. ETL left, warehouse right, common backbone storage. and the implementation activities with logic apps, CI/CD, Power BI connections part of our classes. To make it more easier for us, let's divide the things into two different broad categories: backend, front end. Backend we have storage level, we have structured, unstructured data sources using open source ETL notebooks, Databricks, Microsoft ETL pipelines, data factory, and a mix of both called Synapse. We load the data into warehouse, open source warehouse, Microsoft warehouse, and again something called data lake that exhibits the features of both left Spark and right Synapse. Please take a color print of this diagram if possible. Number 2, please take color print of another important one, the day-wise plan. We are into this particular module for 7 weeks journey. This 7 weeks does not include Power BI, does not include MS SQL. To make it clear, your choice as per your cautious resume plan. You will choose the components you need. It's a la carte here. Of course, the main item in the menu, data engineering, the desert, Power BI, and starter, MS SQL. We are into the main menu item. You're already having your starter with you. We are into the menu item. You may get your own desert yourself or from me. It's up to you as per your plan. But this is the better learning curve or learning process. Wherever you learn Power BI and MS SQL, make sure you stick to one specific plan. This day-wise plan always works. Have been working for years. Now, what we are going to learn in our classes, in our core data engineering classes, we are going to have total 3 different modules in the 7 weeks journey. So plan for 2 months, 7 to 8 weeks. We are going to slowly learn step by step storage components, data factory Synapse, ETL, Microsoft ETL, Microsoft warehouse components, green. And then the other one called open source ETL and open source warehouse. Okay, we'll do it carefully step by step. Again, firstly, we are going to learn the concept of storage. Okay, we are going to learn concept of storage. There we have very important items like IoT, Internet of Things we call IoT. Next, we have something called as stream analytics activities. And we are going to learn important items like replication, event hubs, activity monitors, ARM templates, encryptions, key vaults, so on. But those are all the supporting elements. These are all the supporting elements. I'm talking about one particular screen here, this one. These are all the supporting elements. We are more concentrated on Microsoft ETL, Microsoft Warehouse. Okay, Microsoft ETL, Microsoft Warehouse, and open source ETL, open source warehouse. Okay, these are our main activities. So here we go. This one. Microsoft ETL, Microsoft Warehouse, Data Factory, pipelines, optimizations, incremental loads, aggregated data load, something called SCD, CDC, and serverless pools, etc. And open source ETL, Spark, PySpark, Python. I understand we are all very new to Python. We'll take Python from scratch. We need to learn from day after tomorrow in parallel to our actual ETL activities. Slowly get into Python. Throughout the course it continues. So we are not into Python programming, but whatever is needed from ETL perspective need to do slowly, step by step. And what else? Detailed notes, detailed content, I will take care. We are into step 2, core engineering activities. Plan for 2 months. 7 weeks classes plus additional 1 week, please allocate for your project. It may take 1 to 3 weeks. It depends on your free time. And I am there to provide the complete solution. This is the complete big data plan. We are into the black box. And this will be a nice basement for Fabric in future. Without core data engineering, we cannot directly travel to Fabric. It will not yield correct results. In fact, every Fabric certification involves data engineering and Power BI also from Microsoft. It seems they are coming up with new certification patterns very soon for core engineering. Let's learn to our best. Let's get started now. Technically, step by step, how to configure our Azure account. We'll start from the scratch now. I repeat again, complete notes I will take care. Everyday assignments I will take care. Please make sure on-time practice, on-time submission of assignments. Please do that for me. Let's have no compromise learning. So what we are going to learn in our classes, this is the final intro screen. We are going to learn storage components, ETL components, warehouse components, other helping components. Module-wise notes will be sent in advance. Please take print copies of the notes in advance. Please maintain a separate booklet. The print copies of the notes will be like this. For example, your storage module. Total, there are 3 modules, right? So 3 sets. 3 sets. These are all storage module prints. You'll take print copy. Same way, your Spark. Again, another set of prints. Same way, third module, the Data Factory Synapse module. Everyday assignments or FAQs. Any one of these. You'll submit by weekend. I respect your time. Majority of my participants are working professionals. I would say 90 to 95%. I respect your time. Please respect my effort. Let's do together. Make sure we submit all the assignments by weekend. Project work. Either you can start working on it from second week or first weekend of the course and start working on it. Whenever you want to start working on the project from second week of the course, or get the complete requirement, solution and FAQs in case of your time constraints towards end of the course. It's up to you. but we need to have project for a meaningful resume. Next, DP203 certification and whatever other active certifications Microsoft is coming up very soon for engineering. It seems Microsoft come with one extra certification soon for engineering, data engineering and Power BI together, it seems. And DP700 is the proposed number. You have DP600 already. DP600 includes data engineering, Power BI, Fabric together. That is DP600. It seems DP700 is coming up. It seems, I'm not really sure. As per Microsoft site, and that is going to include data engineering and Power BI together. It's all BI, right? Business intelligence, back end, front end. That's a single meal, a meaningful meal. Prerequisites. Please install SQL Server and revise. Please revise MS SQL concepts by this weekend. We'll be using them from mid of next week. What concepts to revise? Well, my request, if in case you are into the MS SQL, data engineering, Power BI registration, you have the complete notes for MS SQL from me. That is plan C or plan B. Box 1 will be part of data engineering registrations, box 1 and box 1, 2 or 1, 2, 3 as per your plan. If in case someone is directly into box 2, core engineering, for them, my kind request, revise all MS SQL concepts as per the checklist activities given on the website. And they include, I'll just take it once again here. Yes, on my screen in next few seconds. Here it is. Right from installation to SQL basics, Excel imports, data types, schemas, constraints, joins. These are all very basement, very basement activities. Concept 1 to 9. Please revise them thoroughly by end of this week. By next week, please revise concepts 10 to 20. Because we need to play with procedures, MS SQL procedures in Databricks, MS SQL procedures in Synapse. We need to get them slowly, step by step. So kindly revise Microsoft SQL, MS SQL concepts. It's not hurry, nothing to hurry. By weekend, please revise the initial item. I'll provide you all these slides on email anyway. Participants who are already into our MS SQL course, keep learning. Make sure we submit the assignments on time. Our main course, main skill set in our resume, right side, core engineering. Here we are. What about practice? For lab work, request you have a card from your end to activate your free trial. Request you to have a card from your end, either debit card or credit card. You need to have from your end to start your practice from tomorrow. And that account, free account, you'll be activating today or tomorrow before the class as per your comfort. It will be valid for 30 days. After 30 days, again, another card, another mobile number, another 1 month. So we may need to fetch a new friend or convert the free subscription to paid subscription. If you follow the guidelines carefully, even though you have paid subscription, it will be charging you somewhere between $20 to $30 US dollars, or INR payments somewhere between 2,500 INR to 4,000 INR in between, provided we follow the guidelines carefully. New account or convert to paid account as per your choice after 1 month. But this is our resume, for our resume, right? No compromise. Let's do it carefully. Let's get started now. How to configure our lab. Before we proceed, my kind request once again, please take print copies of the class notes every day. Every day notes will be given in advance weekly. Please take print copies. Before that, I request you to take print copy of the PDF, the course curriculum. You may ignore the first page, okay? But from second page, please take it, and this is our actual classes to make it clear and straight. Please take print copy of this PDF today. I'll be sending it. And also please take print copy of the day-wise roster. This one on my screen. And also take print copies of this keyword checklist. So PDF and slide 28-29. Please take print copies today to make it clear and straight. Let's slowly step into our lab configurations now. Before we proceed, any questions, please let me know. I'll wait. Over to you now. I'll for some time, then we'll proceed for the configurations. Any questions? Cloud, a virtual environment to host any data. In our examples from tomorrow, we are going to host small data, big data, file data, database data. Remember, files and databases, small and big. We need to upload, generate, import, etc. And apps. We have apps mainly for extracting the data. We have apps for generating the data, like generating IoT messages. Any kind of storage and easy maintenance to data and apps, cloud is there for us. Faster and secure storage, easier data access, and low maintenance overhead compared to non-cloud platforms. For example, we take SQL Server application. We have cloud version, non-cloud version. We are into cloud version of SQL Server in our classes. I said Synapse. Synapse works on SQL Server only. Without SQL Server, no Synapse at all. Not possible. But easier, easy to manage, easy to maintain. There are three popular cloud providers: Azure Cloud, AWS Cloud, Google Cloud. Let me tell you, all other clouds depends on one of these three clouds. You take Salesforce, you take Snowflake, you take Postgres, any popular cloud provider you take, those are all aircrafts. Only 3 airports to land their data and refuel their cloud computing engine: Azure, AWS, Google Cloud. These are the three major cloud providers. Let me show you practically what I mean. For example, there is a nice cloud computing platform called Snowflake. What's the difference? Snowflake has only the main course, data warehouse. They do not have streaming components. They do not have IoT components. They do not have analytic components. Very recently came ETL components called Snowflake in PySpark recently. But what I'm telling here, all other clouds directly or indirectly depend on one of these three airports: Azure, AWS, Google Cloud. Why? Yes, Snowflake do not have their own data centers. They need to use one of the data centers from these cloud providers. So this is our course. Let's be clear in what we are learning. Engineering, core complete engineering products are actually from these cloud providers. This is the complete engineering. And hence I was listing only these three in our class notes. This is technical reason. So each of the other clouds have their own beauty, but these are the main engineering activities. And why Azure? Why not AWS? You can get me a question like this. Remember, friends, let's make it simple and straight. Next screen is important for our actual learning process. You may ask me, Sai, what's the difference between Snowflake and Azure data engineering? What's the difference between AWS and Azure data engineering? What's the difference between them? Well, here it is. Let's make it simple and straight. We have various OLTP items. Okay, various OLTP items, various ETL items, okay, and various analytic items also. Let me take in a single diagram for you. We call it Cloud BI on my screen, friends. Various data sources, OLTP layer, MS SQL, MySQL, Oracle, Postgres, Amazon RDS, etc., etc. These are all OLTP products. SQL developers will take care. We are into data engineering, ETL, warehouse, data factory, Databricks, Synapse with Spark database, Synapse SQL pool. This is Azure data engineering. If it is AWS engineering, it involves separate set of ETL, Amazon Glue and Athena. These are ETL, mostly working with RDS, Amazon RDS. And Redshift is their warehouse. If it is Azure, you have more flexibility, easy user interface comparatively. What about Snowflake? In Snowflake, we have SQL, Snowpark actually. SQL is not as flexible as Snowpark. It's a Snowpark. ETL, Snowflake plus PySpark. Snowflake is a warehouse, but again, it has to depend on other third-party tool called DBT, data build tool. Why? For live data integrations. For complete true data engineering, go for either Azure or AWS. Prefer Azure if you are looking for something cheaper, easy to use products. Next, for AWS engineering, we have separate course, 2 months, separate trainer. Snowflake again, another 2 months, another trainer. Now, with this, let's continue back to our notes. Azure, cheaper, easy to use. Any type of cloud computing technologies like Azure, we have three different implementation areas: SaaS, PaaS, IaaS. I go to a restaurant. We say table for four, me, my wife, and my two kids. One is 12 years, another one 6 years recently, 6th year. Table for four. Okay, please wait for some time. They show us a seating area, a waiting area. After some time, they take us in. They guide us to the table. That is SaaS, software as a service. We don't really pay anything for it separately. It's part of their service. In Azure, Activity Directory or Active Directory, we call Entra, Microsoft Entra, Active Directory. Activity monitors, called Azure monitors. Key vaults. There are few components that comes by default. Additionally, we can have extra by paying extra. That's different. So service is what SaaS mean. Cloud will manage. There are other items like platform as a service. They serve you the food. They prepared it and they got it onto your table. You add your own salt, pepper, whatever you want on top of it. That is PaaS. 80% cloud will cook. Remaining 20% toppings you need to take care. That is what PaaS means, remember, from tomorrow in our examples, like Azure SQL Server, Synapse Analytics, and Databricks, everything comes under PaaS here. But these PaaS components internally depends on IaaS. Tomorrow, first 30 minutes, we are going to have something called a cluster. We'll start from the scratch actually. From tomorrow, we are going to have something called cluster, first 30 minutes. During the creation of Spark cluster tomorrow from scratch, we will see VM getting created internally. To start with our examples, Spark is important. To work on Spark, VM is important, remember. Something called catalogs, Unity catalogs, driver programs, all those come under IaaS, infrastructure as a service. The main kitchen items, the back end, the main ingredients, that is IaaS. We enjoy PaaS, but the actual background music is controlled by IaaS. So all three important for us in our classes. And when seen individually, here it is traditional on-premises environment. Everything we used to take care. SaaS, everything cloud will take care. PaaS, we take care of only few things, applications and data. IaaS, we take care of applications, data, runtime services, middleware and operating system. This runtime we are going to learn from day after tomorrow. We call DBR, we call it Databricks runtime, DAG, RDD, few items from day after tomorrow. So this runtime is actually IaaS. By heart this terminology very carefully, step by step. Now, what we need to do to start our class from tomorrow? Go to this website today, portal.azure.com, and there will be an option to get a free account. Sign up first and get the free account next. I have a SIM card with me. I bought a new SIM. Activate a plan. Here we get Azure account comparison. Okay, easy comparison. Activate a plan. In real world, we see dev subscription separately, test subscription separately, prod subscription separately. For our practice, go with free subscription, single subscription, it should be fine. So that our next item from tomorrow, we are going to learn about Azure resources creation. I said restaurant, we order items. Here we order resources. There we get the items in a plate. Here we get items in a resource group. Remember, RG, resource group from tomorrow. For today, get these two items, Azure account, subscription. How to get it? Let's see. Go to this website, portal.azure.com. Here it is. Go to portal.azure.com. This is a website. Please get the account today so that you'll start your practice from tomorrow. Very first time, very first time, you'll do like this. I'll show in incognito mode. You'll do it after the class. Go to portal.azure.com and create one. Create one. Click on create one. Give some email address. I'll say new email address at, give some email address, your personal or any email is okay. Next, you get a confirmation mail. You click on the confirmation link. Then you'll be logged into Azure account like this. This is our first look. I said resources, right? Menu items. I said plate, resource group. Okay. Remember these terms from tomorrow. The resources, the menu items looks like this, in this way. Servers, databases, etc., etc. But before we go there, we need to get a subscription. Permission for the entry. Okay. Entrance ticket. What is the subscription? See here, subscription, this one. Click. Subscription is like a post-paid card. Azure account, subscription. This is my bill for my paid account. And I'll be having about 3 batches a day, Monday to Friday. For 3 batches together, this is my bill. Yes, it is true. Fact. Microsoft reduced Azure prices last month, December 2024. They reduced the prices like anything. So we are good to proceed with paid account also, provided we delete all unused resources on a timely basis. For now, free account is good always. If you can, click on add. Click on add subscription. This one, click add. Okay. What is that? I repeat again. Home. Go home. Create. Sorry, first subscription. Okay. Home subscription. From tomorrow, we'll go for creating resources, menu items. For today's subscription, click add. Okay. Home subscription add. You are done. You'll get something called free trial here. You select the offer, enter your card details, mobile number, OTP, and you are done. You are ready for tomorrow's class. I repeat again. Step 1, Azure account. Step 2, subscription. We'll stop for now. Tomorrow we need to slowly start our Azure services, Azure resources, Spark and other things. One by one we'll do. I'll send you the notes for this information. I'll be sending you a separate mail now. Earlier you received one email for sample databases and practice. Please do it by this weekend, please. I'll be sending you the course curriculum, the slides I was showing you today, and the complete notes, including the components that we are going to learn in our classes and the configuration doc. Please take print copy of first, second, and fifth. Please do it for me. With this, we'll stop for now. Meeting from tomorrow, as usual, 7 a.m. sharp. Our classes will run Monday to Friday. Our team shall call you after the class today to address all your non-technical questions. Anything technical, please do let me know. And this is my contact number. I'll be including it, highlighting it in the email. I'll do. Next, any questions, please let me know. I'll wait. Over to you now. I'll wait.